Everybody, Bill Faeth here from the Limo University studios, and I am joined by Amir Zafar from the GNet studios in Southern California. How are you today, Amir?
Thank you. Very good. Thank you, Bill.
Awesome. So thank you very much for joining me to go over this. Kind of ironic that this is happening right after the CD show in Las Vegas. One, we were able to see each other while we were out there. But two, got a lot of questions about GNet after I hosted my boot camp on Sunday and had Tammy Sococho from Commonwealth and Kelly Alderetti from Premier of Dallas join me to do about an hour-long session on affiliates. And some things that I've been hearing that are becoming more and more pronounced recently from companies is that they are requiring people, meaning affiliates, to join their network. One of the preliminary requirements is that they have to be GNet capable to where they can send and receive reservations via GNet. So obviously something's happened with GNet. It's starting to gain or has gained a lot of traction in our industry. I wanted to bring you in and educate my LabX members on kind of what's new and different with GNet today. And then we'll talk a little bit about the use cases of how they should be using it, why large networks are requiring it as part of their joining their network today, and then have you show them the system. So why don't you just start, Amir, with introducing yourself and giving us a quick update about GNet. What's happened over the last 2 or 3 years? How has the platform evolved for affiliates?
Sure. The whole idea was to bring some uniformity for the industry through a network that makes it kind of transparent to do business with each other without having to worry what system you're in. The way GNet works is pretty transparent. You shouldn't have to know much about it. The most complicated part for us was to make it simple. If you're using Fast Track, for example, it's just like using Fast Track Network. If you're using Limo Anywhere, it is just like using LA-Net. If you're using Livery Coach, it's just like using the Livery-Net. The experience for the end user should be the same. You just set your partner up to send through that method, and you're basically done. You don't visit GNet much. You shouldn't have to unless you're coming there to partner up with a company or to pay GNet. Other than that, everything happens in your own reservation system. If you're receiving a reservation from a partner, you just use your own driver app. You use your own reservation system. You do everything on that side, and it happens right through GNet automatically and syncs up. How does it help? No more typing, no more mistakes, no more updating and babysitting your reservation between partners. The nightmare of having to call in a chauffeur name and phone number in advance, where it wasn't being transmitted properly before, it was always a phone call. All that is being done automatically. You reassign a new chauffeur. Automatically, your partner knows on the other side who they are. Vehicle information goes through. So it makes life a lot easier, basically.
So basically what I'm hearing you say, Amir, is it's just like livery to livery or Limo Anywhere to Limo Anywhere. So you said a couple of things. The only reason you really need to come back to GNet is, one, to sign up a new partner, yes, on the platform to be able to send and receive trips and reservations, and two, to pay GNet. So let's talk about something. One of the reasons I think that one of the big things that I love about GNet, one of the reasons you created this, was that kind of internal communication back and forth, the two-way communication, what you used to call the plumbing underneath the sink, right? So you got Limo Anywhere on the top sink, cleaning your vegetable side. You got Livery Coach up here on the dishes side, and GNet's the one that connects them underneath, right? So One of the big things is status updates. How does that happen, or does that happen within GNet? If I'm sending my employee Chris to Amir's limousine company in Los Angeles, and I want updates of when he gets in the car, when he's dropped off, yada, 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 can I get that if you're on Livery and I'm on Limo Anywhere? How does that work within GNet?
It's all happening with our systems talking to each other. So we collaborated. What's very important here is that this is not just something that GNet did or the grid guys, the grid team has done. All the software companies that are connected, they really have had a part in making this happen. Really, we always credit them because they have to do something on their side to make this whole thing happen also. When status updates change, immediately we're notified. That's part of our partnership and connectivity with our software partners. So you change status on that side, you say assigned right away, and assigned status comes back and updates your partner. If you say it's en route, right away they get an en route status within 10 seconds. If once you're en route all the way till complete, you can even look into your dispatch map and see your partner's car. If you pan over to their city, you will probably see their car. I know Fast Track does that, Livery Coach does that. I have to talk to the Limo Anywhere guys. I'm pretty sure they will do that because the GPS is available. The GNet will give it to you. So it's all real time. It's almost like your own fleet. It's almost like you own one of your own driver apps.
So that's something that I love when you and I were talking about before we just started this, that I look at and I want our members to understand is think about how you currently dispatch your trips. Think about the internal process of what happens when I call you and I need you to pick me up in Jupiter, Florida, take me to FLL, and then I need you to have me picked up at SFO and go up to Napa Valley. And then I need the status updates for the road show that I'm going to do in Napa Valley, going to a bunch of different wineries. That's my road show, right? And my wife needs updates so she can make sure to turn my Amex off when I get to each one of those wineries so I don't buy any wine. Right. So it's not just a partner to partner that becomes really important, but I think it's the efficiency of what happens. It's what I talked a lot about in Vegas on the affiliate side is one of the biggest frustrations for me when I was an operator is I would log into the Savoia portal at 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock at night and confirm driver information, confirm the vehicle status, the vehicle number, confirm all that information, go in and update Boston Coach portal, do the same thing. And lo and behold, before I had an overnight 24/7 dispatch, it never failed. When they would do their shift change at 10 or 11 o'clock, at midnight, at 1 o'clock, I'd have to do all those phone verifications. Right. GNet is eliminating this. And Tammy Sicocio's from Commonwealth has been a huge advocate of it. And she talked extensively that it's a requirement for their affiliate program for you to be able to take and receive trips on GNet. There are some minor exceptions. I mean, if you were in Aberdeen, South Dakota, or 45 miles outside of Mankato, Minnesota, or something in a town population of 800, then there's going to be some leniency there. But if you're in a tier 3, tier 2, tier 1 market, it's basically required that you're on GNet. That's why I'm delivering this workshop to you, and I thank Amir tremendously. So I want to turn this back over to Amir. And Amir, if you want it, can you just walk them through and kind of show them GNet and show them the different functionalities? So I think one of the concerns for people is how hard is it for them to get set up on GNet? And then how difficult is it to add a partner in GNet?
Okay. So should I do a screen share here?
Absolutely.
Alrighty.
And guys, while Amir's getting that set up, if you have any questions, just type them in the comments down below, and I'll get those questions directly over to Amir so he can get them answered for you.
Okay. So what we have here is a network where you partner. It's an affiliate network. If you kind of pan out in the general, this is where you register your company in case you wanted to know. GNet's registration page is this. We'll send it to you after this broadcast. So generally, let's say you log in. This is a login page. When you come in, if you're a Limo Anywhere user, you will have the Limo Anywhere logo. Your GNet ID is shown over here. This is a test account that we use. It will have a basic homepage with a lot of useful help information. We really believe if you read a little bit of this stuff, you can get fast tracked right into it, okay, and not even have to call our support. Main areas to look at, okay, if we go back to the map that we showed you, one of the features is if you click on any of the dots, let's show one that has a logo, at least you can see. Here's one. As a matter of fact, this is in Nashville.
Good choice.
Good choice. You can get all the contact information. So it allows you to know geographically where the partners are or the affiliates or possible affiliates are, and zoom in and click on each one, get enough information for their contact. So why do I say this? When you come to your homepage, one of the first things you want to do about GNet is make sure your company information is accurate, because that's how everyone sees you as, okay?
So Amir, I don't mean to interrupt you, but while you're going through this, I want to bust a myth in the industry right here. How much does it cost an operator right now when they sign up with GNet?
Zero.
There's no charge.
There's no charge. There's no charge to sign up. There's no charge to get set up and connected to your software from our end. We don't charge anything. All we charge for is once you start doing business, you will pay a flat transaction fee of somewhere between 50 cents to $1 if you're receiving from a fleet, another fleet partner, or you pay $1 or $1.50 depending what system you're on if you're receiving it from a distributor. And that's it. You can stop anytime you want, or you can keep going. There's no commitment here.
Awesome.
Commitment from us is we're going to make this happen all the time. It's always up and running, and you will always find a use for it to be used. So that's how we keep it going. This information is extremely important. Everyone sees you by this, so company address, name, contact information, who they should contact, what phone number, etc. It's very important that you put in. Having a web URL, having a company email address rather than a Gmail like I put over here is recommended. It creates a corporate brand for you. This information is only available to GNet members who you're partnering with, and it's basically your marketing and your branding information, okay? If you have multiple locations on your company, not from a marketing perspective, if you're gonna sit over here, please don't just list every city because you got a buddy there. If you truly have garage locations, multiple garage locations, you can list them here and they will show up on the geographical maps, okay? What do you do when you come on GNet? Well, let's say you get all this done. You get all your information done. The next thing is you look for partners. Mainly best thing to do is look for affiliates that you already do business with. Start from them. Who sends you business, or who do you send business to a lot? See if they're on GNet. If they're on GNet, go with them first, okay? There's a couple of ways to look up partners. One is just a regular directory. This directory, let me move this to the side. You can search, you can say LAX, and all the companies that service LAX come up, okay? Or you can say Joe's Limo, there is no, okay? So basically you can have as search pretty quickly. You see the company, you can click on them. When you click on these guys, you get enough information to be able to contact them if you don't know them, or if you know them, you send them a request, okay? Let's do, for example, this is a fast track demo account. Actually, they are partners. This one is not a partner. So you want to partner up with, for example, this company. You click, says, would you like to send this affiliate request? You say yes. Done. They get an email on that side that LA, what is it? LA Test is trying to partner with you. They come to GNet. to accept it. This is where you go. Partners page. Let me move this again. This side. There we go. So your received invitations come here. You can either accept them or receive them or ignore them. Your sent invitations are here, who you've sent your invitations to. And the ones who have accepted partnerships are over here. These are your friends and your buddies like Facebook, okay? So steps on GNet is rack up these partners of yours and make sure they're the ones that send you business and they're the ones that go into this list, okay? That's step one, okay? Then you get a partner and say, okay, this one sends me business. You click on them, and the only thing you need to do if you receive business from them is to fill in this pink field. Anyone who sends you business is a customer. Their customer is a passenger, or maybe somebody else's passenger. So any partner who's sending you business is actually a customer to you. So you go in your system, in your reservation system, whether it's Fast Track, Limo, Anywhere, Livery Coach, doesn't matter. You create a customer, you tie that customer account number to here. So let's say you created a customer on that side for LA Test. I'm over here, and it's 30,000 is their ID. And every time GNet delivers a reservation from this particular partner, it puts it into your system under this account number. Basically, it's that simple. So you come in here once, you say this partner has this account number, you save, and you basically log out and you leave. You don't need to come back here until you want to click with another partner, right? And with another partner and another partner. So you basically partner up with everyone, you set them up their account number, and you leave GNet. The only other reason you may want to come to GNet is to pay, okay? And there's a couple of ways to do it. You can just have PayPal is our credit card merchant processor. So you basically are giving PayPal permission to charge on our behalf. And we charge $50 chunks, or you can actually go up to and make your own deposits of certain amounts and just pay that. And what happens is you get a balance. Over here, we have a balance of -3. Let's say you deposited $50, you get a $50 balance. And every time you process a reservation, it deducts your $1 or the 50 cents or whatever the charge is supposed to be. It deducts until you hit 0. When you hit 0, you get an email from GNet saying we need to charge you again. And then it either auto charges you or waits for you to deposit again. So that's how you basically pay GNet. 2 reasons to come on board here: 1 to pay, and 1 to partner up with everybody. Okay, that's main reason you would want to come here. Every other reason you would want to come here is probably in your own system. If you want to know what happened to a particular reservation that was probably sent or received, you can actually click on a particular reservation. Up arrow, sorry, let me go over here. Up arrow means you farmed it out. Down arrow means you received it through farm-in. So on the click on the farm out, it will tell you who the chauffeur information was. It will tell you exactly what the make and model of the car was. And you will have all the changes that happened with timestamps, what happened when, who changed what to what. And this information is already in your system probably too, but we also store it when it happens on our side. We keep these timestamps for up to 3 months, and then we delete everything. The trip itself is deleted as soon as you complete the trip. So there's no data in here other than who sent what to what and what time.
Amir, I've got a couple of questions for you, if that's okay.
Sure.
Caesar would like to know if there is a plan to integrate with Ground Alliance.
We're hoping to. We're waiting for their API to be ready. I think when we discussed with them last, they said their API is almost ready. When their API is ready, we can connect. We're waiting on them.
Okay. Quentin Shackelford from All Class Limo in Wichita says he has a couple. I have some partner requests and have no idea how to use it. If you want to use his account as a demo, you're more than welcome to.
Oh, good. Okay, so just rule of thumb. GNet is not to downplay it, but it's almost like a yellow pages. Okay, so you have to do your own due diligence with partners who send you partner requests on do you want to do business or not? Are they the proper pricing? Does they match your needs? So you have to do your own vetting.
So I think what he's asking Amir is how does he accept them, or what does he do with them? How can he find those two requests and accept them?
You go to partners menu and you go to received invitations. And they will probably be listed in here, and all you do is say accept. Okay. If we say accept on, for example, AOT, if I say accept, AOT is going to disappear off of the received invitations, and suddenly it's going to show up right here, right now. Now they're partners. That's step one. Step two, that partner has to have a customer account in your system because you actually do business with them, right? So now you got to do all your due diligence to make sure that you want to create a customer account for them and you want them to send you business, and you are going to get paid, right? That happens outside of GNet.
Got it. So a follow-up question to that is, and this is anonymous, do I have to let me start over. Do I have to upload my rates into GNet? Or if somebody is sending me a ride from Limo Anywhere or from Livery Coach to my Limo Anywhere system via GNet, does it access the rates I already have in my Limo Anywhere?
The second, the latter one, which is your rates in Limo Anywhere stays in Limo Anywhere. And you can actually create a specific rate table for your partners. And every time you have affiliate partners who send you business, you can assign them to that particular rate table, which is more accurate in what the price they're going to get, like they're 20% off or whatever it is. The rates come out of your system. We don't pull it. We just submit the trip, pick up the drop off, and the type it is, like it's an airport pickup, airport drop off, transfer. And your system calculates how much it's going to be, and returns the price back to your partner. It all depends on how accurate you set up your rates.
That's a very good answer. So no, you do not have to upload them into GNet. That's the whole purpose of being connected to sending those back and forth. You can pull the rates out of the software that you've already have them uploaded into. Right. What's the status of Limo Anywhere to farm out through GNet? I believe there was an announcement. Isn't there bilateral communication on Limo Anywhere as of about 2 weeks ago? That's right.
That's right. They've been testing for a while to make sure everything's okay. Just making sure there's no loose ends. Everything's gone very well. I think last week at the show they announced that they're gonna open it up. Add-ons are the guys who developed the module for the Farmhouse. They've done a great job. So I think if anybody contacts add-ons from the Limo Anywhere side, they will give you a better answer on how you can get set up. It's easy. From what we hear, it's easy.
So there is bilateral communication, but they're going to need to go through add-ons for that to work.
Correct.
Got it. One last question. If you guys do have more questions, please leave a comment in the Facebook group. I'll read it to Amir. This is from Kelly Callahan in Jacksonville. Can you explain the difference between a live member and a registered member?
Live members have received reservations. Registered members are still sitting waiting for reservations to be sent or received. So if we haven't seen any record of activity that they have sent or received reservations from their system, they stay registered. That's the only difference.
Got it. Can you pop back to the map for me, Amir?
Yep.
If we were looking at the map as an affiliate, and these were my actual partners, would the map look different? Meaning,
Yeah.
are there different color codes for statuses of the
Yeah.
vehicles that are available?
Vehicles are still not broadcasted over the map, but here's the map you have in your GNet dashboard. If by any chance, you want to see a live car that you're executing or your partner is executing, this guy will show it. Fleet sharing is not a popular thing yet, but if you wanted to see any fleet shared cars from your partners, you would probably see it here. Nobody's fleet sharing with this guy. It's
Don't
just
worry
a
about that, Amir. You're just about 3 to 4 years ahead of your time on shared fleet. That will be a normal standardized thing within the next 2 to 3 years.
Yes, it's coming. It's coming. If you want to see where your affiliates are, here they are. You just go to the map and say, show me my affiliate locations. You can go down and see where they are. You can even click and it will tell you who they are.
So if I can interrupt Amir for a second, for all the members that are out there, please pay very close attention to what Amir is showing you right now, because leveraging this map, not only for your operations and distribution of your own trips, think about how you should be leveraging this visual graphic from a marketing standpoint and a sales standpoint when you are going to sell. You hear me talk about how you're executing everything, your process. When you're a 5-car, a 10-car, or a 15, or even a 40-car, or 50-car company, and you're trying to sell a prospective client on nationwide or even global distribution, imagine if you can pull up this map and take a screenshot or maneuver through it and screencast it into a video and be able to work this into your presentation, work this into a LinkedIn ad, work this into your sales deck, work this into your email marketing follow-up when you're in that sales process. There's more value to GNet than just sending a trip back and forth. We just need to be creative in how you're going to apply everything that Amir has built for you in the marketing process, the sales process, and the execution of each trip. Sorry to interrupt you, Amir.
That was perfect, actually. That was great. Yeah, so you can definitely take snapshots of these screens from your partners, and that would be really helpful, like Bill said, in your marketing material. And then you have the GNet members, where if you click it, they all show up. The light bulb on, that means they're connected, they're using the system, they have sent and received reservations. The blue means they still haven't gone active yet, but as soon as you send them one reservation or they send you one reservation, it's lit up, right? And I think here you can send an affiliate request. If you click this, it will say you want us to send an affiliate request to them. So you want to be selective on who you send your affiliate request to, and you want them to be real. You just don't want to have hundreds of affiliates that you don't do business with. It wouldn't do any good.
I think the other thing, Amir, that's really advantageous with your map here and just showing everybody that's on GNet right now, I mean, from my standpoint, if I was an operator in the affiliate Facebook group and my limo growth group, I get really sick and tired of seeing who you got in XYZ city, who you got in XYZ city. Every day, it's like 8 to 10 times. And it gives me a notification on my phone, and it disrupts me from what I'm doing. As opposed to, if you register for free, which takes like less than 5 minutes, you've got access to click on all of these people and then go in and say, hey, who's used Taxi Iberia in Barcelona, Spain, or Amir's limo or Bill's limo in Barcelona? Which one would you recommend? PM me privately. You're going to get a much better educated response, and you've already done a little bit of work and invested a minute or two to use Amir's map, which in my opinion, Amir, my God, I would have paid thousands of dollars, tens of thousands of dollars for this in 2007, 8, 9, and 10 when I was building out my network to where I didn't have to place phone calls, emails, and travel and go and see everybody. It would have made things so much easier for me and saved me a lot of time and effort.
I'm glad it's become a good tool. So, it's if you want to search for partners, it's over here. My recommendation is start with affiliates who already you do business with. Remind them that you're on GNet. Have them switch you to GNet. Sometimes they forget. They still send you emails. As soon as you remind them, they quickly switch you. It is the preferred method from the sending party all the way to the receiving party. There's no mistakes made. Everything is typed in. Life is a lot less complicated from that particular approach. Also, we've had some operators reach out and say they've gotten a lot of new business. They've been approached by other companies that they want to send them business. So things have picked up for them. Some have called and said, hey, we've become the favorite affiliate because we're on GNet and the others aren't yet. So I don't know how long that's going to last, but yeah, you may get that too. It is the preferred method. And it's preferred because it's so automated that nobody has to do anything to make any mistakes. Human mistakes go away, and some of the overhead. So you save money, promise you, by using it.
Amir, I think it was Kelly that asked previously the difference between live member and registered member. I just noticed distributor member. What is a distributor member? Is that like a limos.com or a Price for Limo or a Travelocity?
Exactly. Exactly. We have given any entity that does business with the transportation companies directly, but is not a fleet owner. They basically are a brand, LimoLink, Move. They automatically become distributors. They're a distributor entity, and we welcome them to the platform because it just makes sense a lot more for everybody to get electronic distribution from them. We do also assign distributor tag, property to some of the heavy volume senders. They're also distributors. So as some large limousine companies come on board who do some heavy distribution, we have tagged them. I think Addison Lee was one. TriStar was the other one. So we have kind of tagged some of the heavy users. Bellhop is not a company, is not a limo company, they're a distributor. So we're trying to bring all these different companies on board. Summit Quest is another one. And have them use GNet, just the same funnel. Makes sense. More options, Bill. That's basically the idea, is to provide options for fleets to do business with more companies, because everybody's got cars sitting in the garages. Why not utilize them? Probably even utilize different sectors, get business for different reasons, maybe for a different type of transportations. So we're ready for all that to get integrated into here.
Right. I got two questions on the left-hand sidebar. Can you tell me what Get Quotations is and also what Farmhouse is?
Yes. Get Quotations, it lets you get a price from your partner on a particular trip. So let's say I want a regular standard sedan from LAX to SLS Hotel. Okay. And I want it from this partner of mine. So I can say send a quotation, comes back, and it says, for you, my friend, $217. That's coming out of that system's rate table. That's not coming from us. Okay.
So Amir, what does that mean? Does that mean I'm able to fill out this request? It'll jump into your operating system, Fast Track, Livery Coach, Limo Anywhere, whatever you're using, and pull the rate for me immediately?
Yeah.
Wow, so I don't have to call, email to get a quote, I can actually query rates here right inside of GNet.
Yes.
Wow. I had no
Given,
idea that you could do that.
well, it does that, but given that your partner has set up their rates properly, which is the new topic of the year. In order to do business with the way the business is being done is happening, is changing really rapidly. You have now systems, computers, programs calling your dispatch system, trying to get a quote to submit a reservation. If you're not there or it doesn't get a response, it moves on to the next.
Right.
So it's no longer a human calling a human. It's a computer. So you want to make sure that your rates are proper and it is calculating enough that you feel comfortable. That's a good rate. We'll make money on that. Right?
Yeah. I mean, I think back in the day, Amir, it's one of the reasons like why Michael Lindsay's Rate Butler, failed, is people didn't want to take the time to create their rates and upload it into Rate Butler. It's one of the reasons that online reservation systems don't work, whether it's book.limo or, Livery Coach or Limo Anywhere, is if you don't upload your rates, people can't get what they want. One, they're not going to be able to get instantaneous quotes. Two, they can't book instantaneously.
That's right.
There's an element to what Amir is saying. It's not just this. It's your actual booking tools. It's your quoting tools, everything that you're using. One of the reasons that we've gotten crushed by our competitors and people that are developing better technology than us is that we're extremely slow to adopt. It's mandatory today that you have your rates inside of your system to be able to feed the Amazon world that's been created of real time. We need real-time information if you want to be competitive in really trying to acquire a customer. This is just another step to completely eliminate that 3 to 5, sometimes 7 to 10 minute process of calling an affiliate and trying to obtain a rate. But you guys have to do the work first, and you've got to get the rates into your system. Not just for GNet. GNet's one avenue. If you want to use Lead Quote Close Tool from add-ons, if you want to use ORES online booking widget, Livery Coach's online booking widget, Drive Profit's online booking widget, Fast Tracks, you've got to have your rates inside of it. And I know this seems like Mount Everest, and it is for many of you, but start small. Let's get to Basecamp 1 first.
Right.
Literally take your first market, take Los Angeles and LAX as your first airport and build around your airports, right? So don't even think about Burbank. Don't think about Ontario. Don't think about Glendale FBO yet. Definitely not SNA. Just start with LAX and get your sedan SUV rates within 25 miles, right? Then start building upon your rates airport by airport in a major city like that, and then build out your point-to-points and your hourlies. Then you're done with Los Angeles. Then move on to your second biggest market. That could be New York, Chicago, Boston, whatever it is. But I'm a believer that about 80% of the majority of your business, and I'll be interested to see if Amir even knows or if he sees on the back end, about 80% of your farm out business is going to happen in the top 10 markets in the US. And if you are in one of those top 10 markets, or even a tier 2 market like where I'm in Nashville, you can still take hundreds of thousands of dollars a year in reservations via GNet. That just means that you have to have your rates in your operating system.
You do, yes. Yes. We even partnered up and we're partnering up with rate engines for companies that don't have, their system is too complicated or they don't have a good rate, engine. They can actually we have integrated into Rate Butler and Limo Rate. You could actually be one of these guys' customers, click and say, I want this to be my my rate engine. And then GNet from now on gets your rates from either there or there. So that's how it really works. When it comes to quotations, that was one question I think you asked. The other one is Farmhouse. Farmhouse is a mass distribution method. That means a company can say, that I want to throw this job in the farmhouse and let my partners in that area be notified that there is a job, come and take it. It's almost like the WhatsApp groups that you send a message to and say, I have a need here. Well, this one goes to your GNet partners, not just to anybody. And you can even segregate your GNet partners and categorize them by my favorites or my primaries first. And then if none of them answer to it, then the secondaries and thirds. So you can distribute without specifically pointing to one of your partners. Any of the 3 partners in New York can take it, let's say. Whoever takes it first wins, basically.
So it's not an auction. It's not based on like pricing or bidding. It's just, hey, we're putting the job out there. We don't have an affiliate. It's in 20 minutes. We've got an emergency. Pick up at LGA with the sedan. Boom, the first person to grab it gets that trip.
Yes. And in most cases, what we noticed is partners have, affiliate partners already know each other's rates and they have an agreement. So it's not about what's your price. In most cases, it's like, can you do it? The question is that, can you guys do it?
Right, and so, that's only going to the partners that you've already accepted and vetted, correct? It's not like it's not like you're putting it on Facebook and everybody in the industry gets to see it, correct?
Correct. So now that you've gone to the farmhouse topic, you can create groups, and I can say, I call it main group and my second group, okay? Main group, 90 minutes. As soon as the reservation hits, the main group is notified by email. They're told, hey, there's a job. Pickup is LAX. Drop off as this zip code, city and zip code, not giving too much information. It's an SUV, 3 passengers, tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. That comes in the email. And there's a link that if you click it, you basically are saying, I'll take the job. And you're telling GNet, drop this into my system. So without coming to GNet, without anything, your partner can actually get an email and that says, hey, there's a job here that was Farmhouse, take it. And you basically click the link and it drops into your system.
So I think where this is so critically important, Amir, and for our members that are out there, I see so often, need help ASAP, need a sedan in 20 minutes at LAX, need a sedan in 1 hour, who's at EWR, who's at JFK. Let's just use New York as an example. At the very minimum, if you guys have any type of volume going into New York, you need two affiliates with probably at least 20 vehicles, somewhere between Newark and Lower Manhattan. I am also a believer you need that same 2 affiliates with at least 20 vehicles in either North Jersey or Westchester County. You also need that same thing somewhere between Queens and like Long Island City on the Long Island side. Because a lot of us only have 1 affiliate. And understand, nobody is based in Manhattan. They're outside of Manhattan in those areas, and they send their cars into Manhattan. So you need people geographically. So you need like 6 affiliates and at least 100 vehicles to be able to, and if you set that up, you're never gonna have to, I shouldn't say never, highly unlikely you're gonna ever have to go to Facebook and go through that painstaking process of waiting for people to get back to you and having multiple people that you don't wanna do business with text you, DM you, PM you. You literally have those 6, 8, 10 affiliates in New York or surrounding Manhattan set up, and you'll have EWR, you'll have Westchester, you'll have JFK, you'll have LGA, you'll have Long Island, and you'll have the city covered as well by literally setting this up to like your primary group and sending out. This is another thing, Amir, thank you for sharing this. I had no idea that you could do this on here. This is eliminating the WhatsApp deal. This is eliminating the Facebook group. Yeah. So 1, you can query your affiliates, your partners for rates, which is insane to me that you can do that and nobody's talking about this in the industry. 2, this is insane because this goes straight into your system. We don't need to use WhatsApp and then send the email and do all that. It's just so inefficient, and that's what GNet is all about. It's about creating efficiency and making it easier for affiliates to do business, affiliate to affiliate. What else you got, Amir? I mean, what other great shit do you have up your sleeve that you can show me today?
Oh, we've been busy. We've been pretty busy. I think the rate engine integration was one of the things we were busy with last year, uh, which was crucial because it comes in many different forms. Um, that rate engine and our partners that we're partners with allows us to do auto quotation, which you can take a reservation and say auto quote it for me. It goes to your partners within that, again, geographical vicinity, and comes back with rates. We're still testing this, so I'm not going to demo it. But this guy comes back with, if I'm not mistaken, let's see. We may get lucky. We may get lucky. It's supposed to come back, which partner comes back with what? It didn't come back with anything. So there we go. Another thing we have is from the Farmhouse side is defenders are usually the companies that are very busy with their affiliates. They have lots of affiliates, or they have a lot of affiliate activity locally around, and they just don't want to deal with it. They throw it into Farmhouse out. As a Farmhouse in, you will have a lot more uses. You will probably be the recipient of the Farmhouse, the Farmhouse ends.
Right.
And the information given is just enough to say if you want it or not.
Right.
This particular Farmhouse is saying, get me an estimate number before you take it. It's not bidding or anything. Just give me a number when you take it. It's a partner. They know already the price and everything too. So it says, pickup is this time. It's from this partner of mine. That's their reservation number. They need an estimate from me. Pickup is an airport, LAX. Drop off Los Angeles 90048. Enough to give you where I'm going in the city. Vehicle type requested is sedan, and then enough information again to tell you, what kind of a trip this is going to be. If you want it, you can say I'll take it, but you got to put the price in there, and then you can say I'll take it, and they say, do you want to take this job? You say yes, and basically it gives it a second and it drops it into your system. You're done. Now, if you look in your system, this trip is in your system.
And when you say system, you're talking about the operating system, Fast Track, Livery, Coach, Limo Anywhere.
Yeah.
Right.
Whatever.
And just to clarify, just want to clarify for the people that just locked in, like Elias, this is something that I look at, and my wheels are spinning, Amir, at seeing this for the first time, is I'm wondering how large companies in the New York area or the Houston area that have a ton, Los Angeles, Chicago, a ton of local IOs, or local affiliates that they're using, how they're using this Farmhouse out tool, instead of using WhatsApp or texting or whatever that is, which this just eliminates the entire WhatsApp deal. And I know they started that kind of in Manhattan, and then they sent to Rick Versace in Florida, and people in Houston are using it, but there is no reason to use WhatsApp. I mean, if you do a lot of local IO work, local farm out work, when you're having a problem with your distribution, this solves it all. Not only, and if you have them as partners and you can see where they're at on your map, proximity, you can send it one-on-one, but literally you can just have trips funnel in, to Farmhouse out all the time and just manage the Farmhouse out trips. It's almost like auto dispatch to your partners that you already have set up. And if Amir goes back, the thing that I love, I really had no clue about, is you can set up primary, secondary, tertiary groups based on time until the pickup time, which is just incredible. So I think a lot of people have really defaulted to the Facebook groups and to WhatsApp, Amir. You've solved that problem and really eliminated that need.
Thank you.
You need to show this to Rick Versace, to Doug Schwartz, to Elias Garza. Really, if you guys are just logging in or you're watching this on the recording at a later date, you need to go back probably about 4 or 5 minutes and really watch the last 4 or 5 minutes of what's happening with the rate engine. I mean, that is a game changer. I just posted that in the comment. And this Farmhouse out should change everything in the way that you guys are managing your affiliate partners? Amir.
Yes.
Chill out a little bit, because my heart's like pumping right now. What other stuff you got up your sleeve? Anything else? Or have we run the gamut? Because that's off the chain.
Actually, no. We're working on a few other things. Not a lot to really say much, but it's going to come out soon. We'll talk about that, and we'll just showcase it. Right now, Farmhouse has been the most important piece that we wanted to talk about and focus on, because we know it helps. It's a helpful feature.
Absolutely. Amir, how do our members get in contact with you? What do they do to sign up? Since, to kind of go back, it costs $0 to sign up for GNet, right? It doesn't cost anything. There's only a per transaction fee, which ranges, I think you said, between 50 cents to $1.50. And really, I think I know well enough that the average is probably in the 75 cent to $1 range on average, right? And that varies based on the provider of the trips, the software platform, or if they're a vendor, a third-party vendor, a distributor, if you will. So how do I sign up, and how do I get started?
You either go to our website, goodtechnologies.com, and it has a sign-up page, or let me move this out of the way. And the easiest link you can go to, let me erase that, is, can everybody see this? That's https gnet.grdd.net. You go there and you get registered. You just click on the registration page, and it will ask you your company name, contact information, some basic information about your URL and what system you use. And we basically contact your service provider and get you connected. You don't have to do anything after that.
That is awesome. So these are the ones that you're integrated with right now: Livery Coach, Limo Anywhere, Limo Connect 24/7, Ivy Cardo, Ride Bridge, Hudson, Fast Track Cloud, Aleph Transdev, 2S Limo ERP. And are all of these bilateral, two-way bilateral communication?
Yes, most of them are. I think Limo Connect is the only one that is now finishing it up. Everything else is bidirectional.
Limo Connect, it's funny, I heard a lot of chatter about Limo Connect in Las Vegas. I don't think they were there, but I know a couple of large operators that are getting ready, actually in deployment right now with their software. I'm interested to find out what they're going to have in store for the industry. So there's a lot of new technologies coming down the platform. Amir, this is absolutely the shortest workshop we've ever done in the history of our LabX membership. It's going to be under an hour. But if you guys are in the affiliate game, you need to look at Grid, and you really need to take a look at the rate generator, and you need to look at Farmhouse, because those two things should absolutely change the way that you are farming out your business. And then most importantly, you need to keep in mind that the only way that you're going to work with some of the larger networks now is that if you are on Grid, or I should say GNet, powered by Grid Technologies, and that you are taking reservations via GNet. Amir, can you elaborate a little bit before we go on the pricing structure? So let's say if it's Limo Anywhere to Limo Anywhere. If I own Bill's limousine, I operate on Limo Anywhere, you own Amir's limousine in Los Angeles, and I send you a trip, what's that cost for each of us?
Limo Anywhere to Limo Anywhere is free because they do it through LA.net.
Okay.
Fast Track to Fast Track is free. They do it through.
What about amongst between like Hudson, Livery Coach, Fast Track, and Limo Anywhere, the kind of four primary livery softwares? If they're going not LA to LA or livery to livery, they're interchanging amongst themselves. Is that cost standardized?
Fast Track sending to Limo Anywhere. Fast Track pays 50 cents. Limo Anywhere pays $1.
And when you say Fast Track and Limo Anywhere, you're talking about the operators on those platforms.
Correct.
Got
basically. General. It's all general. If you are Limo Anywhere sending to a Fast Track partner, you just the same thing. You pay $1 on Limo Anywhere. Fast Track partner pays 50 cents. Hudson to Limo Anywhere, $1, $1. Vice versa, $1, $1. So it's the price of your system's transaction fee, which is Fast Track and Livery Coach are 50 cents each. Limo Anywhere, Hudson are $1. Again, we have different agreements with different partners. Sometimes they charge their clients on the back end just with a fixed fee. They tell us don't charge them any surcharges, just charge them the 50 cents. So if you're connecting to Limo ERP in Germany, it's 50 cents for them. Limo Connect is 50 cents for them. Again, that's the GNet side of the fee.
So I can answer this question because I know I'm going to get asked about it a lot. And I know the answer, but does GNet keep all that money? What I think I heard you say is that the reason there's different pricing is because the providers are either, some of them might use it as a straight pass-through, some of them are using it as a very small profit center, correct?
Correct.
And you have no control over that?
No. We encourage all of our software partners to actually create a revenue generation channel out of this because we want them to support it. We want them to always maintain it. If you're asking a software partner or any partner to do something for free for you, you can't really get best service. But if they are generating just enough revenue, and it's not, we're not talking about much money here, 50 cents, $1, to maintain this complicated network because its work goes on both sides of the fence, then we can guarantee this connection will keep going.
Right, I agree with you. So we could go all the way back to the Fleetbook days in 2007, in a platform that never really worked or got off the ground. They were charging $1, for like what's now livery delivery. Back in it never even worked. So $1 is a small price to pay, to be able to get, Commonwealth's, just as an example, Commonwealth's inbound affiliate work. To have the ability, I would pay $1, Amir, not to put, seeds for you to charge anymore, but just to query the rates. I might actually pay you to keep people from saying who you got or what's the sedan rate in Los Angeles from Burbank to, Mendocino. I might pay you to let them access, the rate engine for free, just because I'm sick of seeing all those Facebook posts. So what I see, guys, is rate engine, game changer. GNet, game changer. The Farmhouse, if you're doing a lot of local farm out business or a lot of business in one city, game changer. You need to take a look at that, and it costs nothing to sign up. Max you're going to pay probably is about $1 a transaction, maybe a little bit higher on the distributor, up to $1.25, $1.50. It's a 100% no-brainer. Amir, as I said previously, we're coming in just under 1 hour, one of the shortest workshop we've ever done, but extreme value if the operators put this into practice for their business. Thank you so much for joining me today. Do you have anything that you want to part with before we wrap up?
Just thank you for having us on here. If there's any questions, you can always reach myself or our team. info@grdd.net is the best way to query any questions, or if you're a current user, support@grdd.net is the best way to get help.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Amir. Have a great day in Los Angeles. And thank you, LabX members, for joining us today.
Thank you.
Have an awesome day.
Have a good day. Bye-bye.